If you had a childhood, you probably know popular MMOs, or I'd hope so at least considering you clicked on this video. Iconic for his Minecraft mod review series with his ex-wife, Jen, Popular MMOs is a famous icon within the old Minecraft community. Surrounded by other creators like Skydoes Minecraft and the rest of Team Crafted, Popular MMOs has been a staple in the Minecraft community since 99% of the population was a child. However, it seems that Popular MMOs isn't the person that he made himself out to be. Or is that even true? Well, today I'm going to be going over the allegations against Popular MMOs, and I'm going to be highlighting everything that I have to say about them before Popular MMOs makes his response, and when his response comes out, I'll probably cover that one too, and maybe we'll see what happens then, unless his response is cut and dry and simple. Also, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to be referring to him as Pat for the rest of this video because I cannot be bothered to say Popular MMOs every time I refer to him. Alright, before I begin though, if you're new to the channel, or for some reason haven't subscribed yet, in which case I'm incredibly offended, please do go down below and click subscribe on the channel. By doing so, you help grow my channel, you support me, and it means a lot. It means a lot that I can just post whatever content I want and you support it, and it's incredible that you're allowing me to achieve my dreams by just watching these videos. I do genuinely appreciate the support I'm receiving. I don't think I could understate that if I tried. You guys have changed my life. Also, if you want to check out my other social media like my Twitter, I have a whole thread detailing everything and I'll be highlighting every single update there. So if you want to go check out my Twitter, that would be highly appreciated. And obviously I also have my other social medias like my Discord in the description. Finally, if you want to support me financially, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi in the description below. You can check them out and support me by donating even as small as $1 to just help me out a little bit. That would be highly appreciated. Let's get right into the video. This all started when Popular MMOs' ex-girlfriend Elaine, not Jen, his ex-wife, came out with a post on Instagram detailing that she'd submitted a police report and he'd subsequently been arrested for domestic abuse, which immediately sparked up conversation online as to whether this allegation was actually true, as considering he'd been arrested, people were presuming by default that there's probably something that would implicate him in some sort of way that would result in his charges. Though, I did also read in response to my thread a lot of people mentioning that Elaine has made false allegations before. So, with that in mind, I just wanted to clarify that so that people don't immediately run off the handle. I noticed a lot of people in my Twitter thread responses being like, how could he? He was part of my childhood. But this is an allegation. Don't jump to just believing everything you read. Please, I don't want to see any comments like, how could he? This is unforgivable. Because at this moment, it's an allegation. It's not confirmed. However, before I go to the next piece of evidence, I wanted to highlight something. There was a slight inconsistency with this police arrest, as it says that he weighs 0 pounds, which wasn't exactly visible on the Instagram screenshot, but my personal opinion is that it's likely that because they haven't weighed him yet, and don't have an actual weight to give to him. With these allegations coming out though, and people posting threads calling out Popular MMOs on this accusation, you'll notice that Jen, his ex-wife, liked a tweet saying that he abused women, which immediately made a lot of people go, well now that's two people coming out against him, his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend. And a lot of people immediately started worrying that maybe these allegations had a lot more validity to them, considering Jen had literally liked a tweet that said Pat abuses women. However, Jen came out with a thread later that detailed how this was an accident, and that while she was reading through the allegations on Twitter because someone else had brought them to her attention, she accidentally liked a tweet without realizing, which probably just means that that was a little mistake, and that Jen doesn't actually believe that he abuses women, as she also says that she's never been abused by him. Which, obviously, while concerning that she liked that tweet, I'm gonna take her word for it and chalk it up as literally just an accident. But this is where we get into the actual worrying stuff. So, before Pat was arrested for these apparent charges, Pat posted a tweet saying, always good to say goodbye to the bad in your life and make big upgrades moving forward. Now, I can't exactly say what this tweet means, but I'm guessing it's in referral to what happened with Elaine, and all I can really presume is that Pat was either getting rid of Elaine from his life, or maybe this was in relation to the apparent domestic abuse. Now, again, allegations, so I really don't know, it is quite difficult to place this. And Pat then posted a worrying, very concerning tweet that immediately implicated him in a crime, and immediately made a lot of people very, very worried, as what he did could lead to harassment and even murder, swatting, all of that terrible stuff. This tweet could have caused so much harm to Elaine. So this tweet reads, "Don't believe everything you hear. I will need to address these false allegations soon. And Elaine, thanks for leaking my address and harassing me, and Liz, when she told you to stop posting about her and you refused. Oops, here's yours." And Pat then posts her docs, which had her full address. Now, while they also doxed Pat, and some people would see this as bittersweet revenge, this is a crime, and whether it's revenge or not, this is unacceptable. You can't just dox someone because they doxed you. That firstly stoops down to their level, secondly implicates you in a crime, and thirdly makes all of the public that hasn't seen your apology or response admitting to or rebutting the claims they made against you believe that you've likely done something very bad. If your first response to false allegations is to dox the person alleging allegations against you, it makes you look incredibly bad and immediately makes you feel like a guilty person. Like, people already think that you're off the handle based off of the fact that you posted that always good to say goodbye to the bad in your life tweet right after apparently abusing a woman. So, people will take it a lot worse when you then dox them right after. Though, Pat did correct this tweet and delete it later, reposting a new tweet that says, "Don't believe everything you hear, I will need to address the false allegations soon, and thanks for leaking my address and harassing me. And Liz, when she told you to stop posting about her and you refused, you were a terrible person. Okay, the last tweet was too much." Which, it's good that he acknowledges what he did wrong and deleted that tweet. However, it doesn't change the fact that that last tweet was bad. It was very bad, and he definitely shouldn't have posted it, and all it does is get him in trouble now, because I don't think he could actually file a case against Elaine for slander now, based on the fact that he's doxed them, because now she's probably feeling threat for her safety, which is a really bad thing. And Pat then follows up with his final tweet on this situation so far, which reads, "Still haven't posted anything because it's so complicated. There are people I don't want to help with my response. I've never hurt anyone, but I'd almost rather take the hate myself. They never tell you how hard it will be to have a job in the public eye." And I think he has a valid point there. I do actually get what it's like to have the public eye on you, and have to deal with this sort of drama and publicity put against you. Obviously, I've dealt with the Dream drama, and I also dealt with the Prison Mate Luke drama, which put a lot of pressure on me, and I can understand how that pressure can kind of make you do something that you regret, or post something a bit too worrying. I can understand how he could accidentally, in the heat of the moment, post someone's docs. While I don't agree with the decision, or think that it's something that he could just pass off like it's nothing without apologizing, I do genuinely understand where he's coming from, where he says that it's difficult to have this kind of job in the public eye. Because I don't think a lot of viewers realize, I think a lot of viewers don't take it too serious, but when you have that kind of reputation, and people start posting a lot of things about you, a lot of allegations, or trying to cancel you, that kind of pressure is terrifying. Seeing all your notifications flooded with all of this stuff about how they want to cancel you, it does genuinely scare you, and it drives you to react in a lot of different ways. From leaking DMs, to leaking addresses, to going crazy and just screaming at the other person. This type of stuff can happen very easily. With being a public creator, your whole past can be used against you. Every mistake you've made, and the viewers forget that they've made mistakes in their lives, because they kind of put creators on a pedestal, where if that creator has made a mistake, they're so ashamed in them. Which I think is a terrible mindset to hold. Cancel culture in itself is a terrible thing. It drives people to react in unexpected and unexplainable ways, and that kind of pressure can drive you crazy. I don't think Pat has taken to this pressure very well, as can be seen by his reaction here, but I don't think that what he did is unjustifiable, or should have him cancelled. I think he made a mistake in the heat of a moment, which can be handled privately, and shouldn't be taken any further. But I do think he does need to make a full response to the actual main allegation made against him of domestic abuse, as that allegation is a serious one that can't go undealt with because, oh, he doxed someone. I think that is a way bigger situation, and although Elaine has had a reputation in the past, apparently, of making false allegations, this is still a serious allegation, and given there's a police arrest, I believe Pat needs to make a public post going through everything and explaining his side and explaining how this allegation is untrue. Though, obviously, it's very hard to rebut an allegation of physical abuse, because obviously no one else was there. But I do think it's good for him to shine the light on it, because obviously this police report could be faked, and there's so much more that can go into this. But it is going to be a hard allegation for him to rebut, because, again, there's no exact proof to show him innocent. It's just one person's word against the other. But unless she's got any bruises, I don't think she could even prove anything either, which is the difficult situation here. I don't think it's possible for us to be able to believe either side wholeheartedly. Unless there's camera footage around the event. If there's some sort of footage about it, this situation could immediately flip on a dime. And if it does, I'll be sure to update you in a follow-up. Or that's how I thought I was going to end this video, but after watching Boblax's video, it seems a lot more evidence has come out from Elaine's side that highlights DM messages from Pat talking about how terrible Jen was, detailing that she was just such a bad person. And also, it kind of comes across like he's a bit racist here. He states that she gave the keys to some black guy. I don't know. Yikes. If these DMs are real, obviously that's quite concerning. You can also see that he then threatens Elaine, threatens legal trouble in the event that she doesn't delete the thread about him, which, again, yikes. You probably shouldn't threaten someone for coming out against you with evidence instead of just disproving what they're saying, but okay. And this is where we get into a lot more juice, as multiple other girls have come out detailing that Pat has abused them, including his current girlfriend, who detailed how he whipped her in front of his friends while drunk, and apparently he was hitting her so hard with this belt that it left a bruise on their thigh, and apparently they were trying to run away from him while he was doing it, but he excuses it by just the fact that he was drunk, and then he bought her a car to apparently buy her love, which is very concerning. If this story from his current girlfriend is true, this adds so much more to the whole situation. It's insane that more people are bringing up witness testimonies against Pat, and it's a lot harder for me to defend Pat's actions or even give him any kind of justification when multiple women are coming out claiming that he abused them. But all of these new DMs are so insane, like Pat's current girlfriend talking about how Pat is begging them to stay with him now because they just found out about this crazy stuff. Though it's also contrasted with Jen saying that she's never been abused in her life. But Jen also did like a post saying that Pat abuses women. It's so hard to know. It's just as possible that Pat manipulated Jen into deleting that tweet and Pat was actually abusing her, as it is that Pat is completely innocent and hasn't done any of this. But at this point it's kinda swaying in the favour of Pat is likely guilty, given the fact that there are multiple victims. But again, this is an allegation. It's just there is a lot of evidence against Pat, and Pat needs to give a correct justification to provide reasoning behind all of these stories, and somehow give some sort of conclusion that would prove him innocent against all of the claims from multiple women. But it's so hard to call this sort of thing, it's almost impossible to properly call this out and know who's in the right here. You have Pat and Jen saying that the abuse never happened, and then you have two other girls, as of right now, that are claiming that he did. I genuinely just hope that Pat responds soon, giving his side, so that people can at least hear it out, but it's really difficult when his only response so far has been doxing the person accusing him, and also saying that he doesn't want to hurt other people with his response. This whole situation is just such a mess, and these allegations just keep getting worse and worse by the day. But that's where I'll end this video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. I make videos every single day, and I'll be sure to make a follow-up to this video when more information comes out so that I can explain to you what new has come out of this situation. With that being said though, hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, I'd expect you to leave a like and subscribe. If you don't, I will cry into my pillow tonight with my Norny plushie. Please go down below, click subscribe, it'd be highly appreciated. I'm aiming for 25,000 subscribers by the end of the week, so if you can subscribe, that'd be really cool. Also, you can check out my other social media linked in the description to support me on more platforms, and turn on notifications on this channel, or on one of those other social media platforms, so you can be notified every time I upload. With all of that being said though, thanks for watching, have a great day, I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments, and peace.
Says she wanna rock with it like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with it like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with it like me.